Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showcasing my experience at the Bristol BEYBLADE X National Championship Qualifiers event. This was by far one of the biggest Beyblade events I've actually ever been to, with around 60 people. I actually just managed to make it on time right before my matchup started, as my train was running severely late. I was a little bit rushed for time, but I had to get my bays ready. Since national qualifier tournaments typically use hasbro stadiums, I chose to run Cobalt Drake and Aero Pegasus for attack and Black Coat Dragoon for spin stealing. So for my first matchup, I actually started with Cobalt Drake on 160 low rush, which luckily helped me jump out after getting flung into the pocket, meaning I lost only 1 point for spin finish as opposed to 2. For the second round, I'm using Aero Pegasus on 560 level, which secures me an easy 2 points. And for my final round for the first matchup, I used Cobalt Dragoon on 960 elevate, which I light launched to either deflect or weave out of my opponent's way. Sadly for my next matchup, the video wasn't even centered at the stadium, so I couldn't post it. But I did actually end up losing, so my score was 1 win and 1 loss. Before my matchup though, I did actually end up spotting this guy with an amazing El Drago gauntlet, which apparently he 3D printed as well, which was so sick, man. I really want it now. For this next clip, I had my friend record me from a distance so I could show you guys my launch techniques. And so for Cobalt Dragoon, which I'm using right now, I usually tend to light launch for parrying. I'm using Cobalt Drake right now, and I'll be using Aero Pegasus after this, which are typically both hard tilt launch at the corner of the stadium depending on where I am, because this really helps for the bait to stagger for a charge up in explosive power. Or, if that fails, the hard launch helps with outspinning your opponent like you see in my round with Drake. The venue itself was actually really cool, because after your games you could just go and play like the arcade games, because everything there was free. Here you can see my friend, he's trying to beat the highest score of 116, but you know, he can do it, he can do it. Bro, I was so sad about this fight. So I've been talking to Typhi, the guy I'm facing, the whole entire time, and we found out we were opponents and wished each other best luck to see who would win. Unfortunately, I actually ended up losing the first round for this, but I don't know. Can we get him in the next one? I'm using Cobalt Dragoon right now as well, and he's using Tyranno Beat on point. And I'd actually filmed a video with him the other day, and he was so good with Tyranno Beat. The whole time, he was literally beating Aero Pegasus on level, he was beating Cobalt Dragoon on elevate. This guy was so good with it, and I think he even made it to the finals. I did actually manage to get a spin finish on him though. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what happened here, but when I launched my Aero Pegasus on level, I don't even know where his Beyblade went. It literally just flew, like it took flight. We did reshoot it though, but man, if I had won this, I would have made it to finals. Or not finals, but rather like semi-finals. But I was only 1 win away from making it to semi-finals. I didn't win that match though, so I think the score was 2-2 for me. And I think we'd basically established that the only way you can make it to finals is if you've got 4 wins and 1 loss minimum. And I actually ended up winning this match as well, which means that my final score at the end of the day was 3-2. But if I had just beaten him on that, then I would have made it to finals. I think partially where I went wrong was he was actually the one who advised me to use Cobalt Dragoon. So I kind of wanted to psych him out by not using Cobalt Dragoon at the very start. So I tried using Cobalt Drake and then Aero Pegasus for both my attack types. But I think that ended up shooting me in the foot later on. But here in this next matchup, I am using Cobalt Drake, and as you can see, you can check out the explosive power that it has, especially on low rush. Both the spin finish from Cobalt Dragoon and that extreme finish from Cobalt Drake actually ended up winning me that matchup very, very quickly. But like I said before, at that point it didn't really matter, because to win, you needed to get 4 wins and 1 loss minimum if you wanted to qualify for semi-finals. This whole event thus far was super fun. I cannot stress how fun this event was. And even though I lost today, there's still going to be qualifiers in London and in other parts of the UK, so I'm definitely going to pull up to those, and hopefully I'll be qualifying for next time. But for now, you can enjoy this clip of the top 8 contestants who participated in the semi-finals bracket out of the 60 people.
So first off, Lightning Ryuga. Come on down. Next up in Top Cut, we have Kamon07. Our next player entering Top Cut is Jess Sully 00. Next up in Top Cut, we have Ty-Fi 17.
Wait, he's not even here.
Next player in Top Cut is Naklop. You're in top 8. Come on down to the front. Come on down. Next up in Top Cut, we have Ollie D 2496. Two more players to make Top Cut. Next one up is Many Fine Mugs. Many Fine Mugs, come on down. And our last player entering Top Cut to compete for one of the top 4 places to get an entrance into nationals is Cookie Sophie. Get a good look at these players, people. These will be the ones to beat when it comes to nationals.
These 8 contestants are actually the top 8 out of all the 60 candidates who participated today. And within that, they all had their own semi-finals brackets, which eventually led to the finals brackets. But unfortunately, I didn't actually record any of that. But the winner was Jess Sully, and I'd like to reiterate that it was Jess Sully who ended up winning. Here, you can check out the scoreboards. You can see that Jess Sully won. Congratulations to her. She's an amazing blader from Europa Gaming. Good to see one of us win. You know, happy about that. I think that's all for today. That's all I'm going to be recording today. Stay tuned for next videos though, because I do have one coming very, very soon. And it'll be talking about the live stream that I was on. Alright, see you guys.